You are the party who is going to be profitable over here. Leave me. I am not interested in money. And that is the goal. So that he feels, oh my God, they think for me. I want such people. Everyone wants such people, right?
ये आउटरीच सिस्टम कैसे चल रहा था शुरू में? सिर्फ ईमेल, सिर्फ लिंक्डइन, सिर्फ इंस्टाग्राम?
Never do that. I would never recommend even any agency owner. If you are going to keep your eggs in one basket, bro, you will just end up burning.
So how did you came to a conclusion कि ये वाली niche choose करना?
I made my website 6 different times from 6 different perspectives from 6 different niches.
कौन सी niches?
We were in e-com. Then we decided कि हम dentist के लिए जाएंगे.
किस matrix पे आपने decide किया कि ये वाली करनी है, ये वाली नहीं करनी?
मुझे जहाँ पर क्लाइंट मिल जाएगा ना जिस niche में, मैं वहाँ रुक जाऊंगा. I landed on a gold mine. I helped him prepare the offer. It exactly worked within 3 days.
Explain more on this.
So my goal is immediately to get your attention.
How do you identify, okay, this person is just not good enough, let's fire him?
The only one factor that we are looking out. मेरे एजेंसी की वजह से work started getting affected. That's when we mutually decided that it's better for me not to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. तो वो एजेंसी वाला फिर ट्रांजिशन हो गया, राइट? देन बहुत सारी niches है obviously to choose from, right?
Right.
So you've chosen a specific niche. So how did you came to a conclusion कि ये वाली niche choose करना? Did you try all of that?
I have. You won't believe that, Jonty. My agency has went near about 6 different transitions.
Okay.
Very few people know because again, I wasn't on content side. I wasn't producing content. I wasn't nowhere to be known. तो मैं कुछ भी कर रहा था.
ठीक है.
And even if I change my website tomorrow, you won't know because you don't know me. And I made my website 6 different times from 6 different perspectives from 6 different niches.
Okay.
कौन सी
niches?
We were in e-com.
Okay.
Then we decided कि हम dentist के लिए जाएंगे.
Okay. सबसे ज़्यादा saturated.
Exactly. One of the saturated. But again, I have students who are in Launchpad who are making money out of it. Great field if you just tap the market. So we did this. Then we went into high-end luxury. फिर real estate में भी गए. So अच्छा, high-end luxury was the second last before I chose fashion. Yes.
Okay.
So ऐसे करके we tackled multiple.
तो किस matrix पे आपने decide किया कि ये वाली करनी है, ये वाली नहीं करनी?
Very good. So the thing was this कि very clear factor, मुझे जहाँ पर client मिल जाएगा ना जिस niche में, मैं वहाँ रुक जाऊँगा. So I tell this to my agency Launchpad students, by the way, that any niche that you pick, you need to just dedicate 3 to 4 weeks to that niche, test that niche out, go to the extreme core of that niche. And if you still don't find client in that, then you have the luxury, you have the opportunity to change your niche now.
तो 7-8 niches में से सिर्फ एक ही niche में client मिला?
Exactly. मुझे 5 से 6 niches लगी थी to go to that stage. And we ended up like, if you categorize under the umbrella, वो 2 से 3 parent niches बनती हैं. But हाँ, now moreover, like खाली यही factor एक नहीं था. It was the kind of client that I got.
Your first client.
हाँ. So it was a Sabyasachi's retail partner. ये भी I landed on a gold mine. Fashion में भी I was now serving the top 1%, 0.1% of the brand. एकदम top tier brand like मिल गया partnership. And now I have to be here. I cannot run around and like dig other niches now.
तो ये last niche थी मतलब इन सब में से?
Exactly, हाँ, ये last niche थी. Fashion was the last. Again, I burned down to this fact. E-commerce में बहुत try किया. Coaches, consultants में I tried entering but घुस भी नहीं पाया.
अच्छा, ये try वाला process कैसे हो रहा था?
So basically क्या करते थे? And I do this and I don't know why people today tell me it is so hard to do. मैंने भाई 6-7 बार करा है. Every time I had to do, let's say आज मैं coaches और consultants को और let's say dentist को reach out कर रहा हूँ.
ठीक है.
सबसे पहले मैं अपनी पूरी website revamp करता था.
ठीक है.
Now it has to resonate with that dentist niche. और उसके बाद then we used to prepare offers, messages that used to speak directly to the dentist. And then the good thing is, by the way, जब मैंने एक बार fashion niche crack किया, then I helped my friends. My friend was in solar niche. I helped him prepare the offer. It exactly worked within 3 days.
और ये offer decide call के पहले ही हो गया था on the website or was it after the call? So how was that?
I try 80% of the information should be conveyed through your landing page or your website so that they have enough bait.
20% पे we'll expand. कि क्या है वो 20% that you hide?
Okay. So offer has to be something, obviously everything should be 110% of the stuff should be in favor of the client.
Obviously, yes.
No thing should be like aiming towards ki this is my profit. And I especially, I tell all the Launchpad students in community call as well, कि everything should be aimed at that I am, or should be indicating that I am here to just serve you. You are the party who is going to be profitable over here. Leave me. I am not interested in money. And that is the goal. If you have this kind of mindset on calls, bro, I'm telling you, we have closed like so many calls and at such a better rate after just giving my sales team a mindset shift of this thing. कि तुम लोगों, like I don't aim at मुझे client नहीं चाहिए. You don't get me client. Just make sure when you go on that call, you offer him the best of the best consultation at least. So that he feels, oh my God, they think for me. I want such people. Everyone wants such people, right?
Yes.
कि जो मेरे लिए सोचें. And this is where you
तो
get...
वापस वो 20% वाली चीज़ पे आते हैं.
हाँ.
तो लैंडिंग पेज में 80% चीज़ें आपकी हो गई. 20% what was missing?
So, okay, I'll tell you. The thing is this, अभी कैसे structure होता है? We convey first of all that in that 80% offer में, what is that? First of all, the timeline, the time structure, कि कितने में ये, like in how quick time we can get you the results.
Okay.
और like quantify कर सकते हो result को. That is majority of that 80%. And that 20% now, you know what? You need to speak that niche या फिर client's language. मतलब, let's say, if I am in the niche of fashion, now I tell them how much we know about fashion. What all areas are those in the space of fashion where fashion brands get hit?
Okay. This you will customize according to
exactly
the call.
And that the beauty about the demo is it gets customized for every client in a different manner during that interview. And moreover, like the goal is not only to do that, it is to build credibility. That see, it is not only about कि we are here to help you understand these things कि कहाँ से you can face problem, but our goal is to show you that see, if you are a fashion brand, then there is nobody better than Anavid.
Okay.
And that is the thing that happens.
Yeah. तो offer website पे ही था?
80% again. The structure of the offer, कि what we do, now if you go and see, what we do, how quick we can do, and moreover now there is a guarantee added.
Okay.
And then ये is enough to convey or to make you interested in us.
तो शुरू में guarantee नहीं थी?
कभी नहीं.
Okay.
And I don't recommend people to give guarantee in the start unless and until they can back it up thoda sa bhi. If they can, then go for it again. So there is a different, or I believe rather in this, clients are not, or anyone for that matter in a service-based industry, is not looking out, and nobody is looking out for accuracy. Everybody is looking out for certainty.
Okay.
So this means when you are stating that we are guaranteeing clients, you are being very like accurate on your promise, or right there on your promise. This helps the client get in the door or put that foot in the door. And जब अंदर आ गया, you can make them feel that see how certain we are about getting you results.
But शुरू में when you were starting out, ठीक है, तो तब क्या पर्सपेक्टिव था कि गारंटी, क्योंकि यू ऑब्वियसली वुड हैव नोन कि बाकी लोग गारंटी देते हैं, ठीक है, तो व्हाट वाज योर पर्सपेक्टिव कि क्यों गारंटी दे सकते हैं, नहीं दे सकते हैं? देयर इज ऑल्सो अ पर्सपेक्टिव दैट आई हैव व्हाइल आई वाज स्टार्टिंग आउट. तो आई थॉट कि if I'll give a guarantee to, let's suppose 10 people I pitch, okay, 4 people I close from them, I let's suppose have a profit margin of 70%. तो even if I am able to serve 2 of them, जहाँ पे मैं गारंटी अपनी फुलफिल करता हूँ, I'll still make profit. And जो बाकी 2 हैं, तो let's suppose they have 100 views at the moment, but I have promised them 200 views, but वो 150 experience कर रहे हैं. नाउ दे वोंट बैक आउट क्योंकि उन्होंने 150 का भी एक्सपीरियंस नहीं किया था, राइट? सो दिस वाज माय पर्सपेक्टिव ऑन व्हेन आई वांटेड टू स्टार्ट गिविंग गारंटीज. सो व्हाट वाज योर पर्सपेक्टिव?
Okay, so the thing is this, we got guarantee on a very, very logical reason that we have now done it enough number of times and we have worked with the biggest of the biggest partners at that point only.
Okay.
अब हमें समझ आ गया कि ओके अब क्या ही होगा. We cannot go beyond this. We have served the top and we have generated results. We have a very good proof of concept. We can repeat, iterate this multiple times. So अब हमें problem नहीं है even if we go out of the way and say that we are guaranteeing your money.
Okay.
And if we don't, we are open to refund.
तो अभी आउटरीच सिस्टम पूरा कैसे चल रहा था? मतलब वीव नोन की नीश अपन ने डिसाइड कर लिया, ठीक है, ऑफर अपन ने एक प्रकार से कहीं ना कहीं से क्यूरेट कर दिया,
हाँ जी.
ठीक है. ऑफर में भी आई वुड लाइक टू नो हाउ वर यू प्राइसिंग योर सर्विसेज?
Okay.
Was percentage like 70% profit or something like that was the criteria?
Yeah. Every time, bro. आज भी in my agency, we have a very clear criteria rate.
Okay.
So the thing is this, अभी क्या होता है कि I don't know what like other people in the space are charging. We have a very simple thing. Whatever our X cost is, on top of that we need 65-70%.
Okay.
That's our
तो ये
thing.
शुरू से पर्सपेक्टिव था.
Now उस पॉइंट पे हमारा कॉस्ट छोटा था. I had zero team to manage. So that is just 70% profit.
Okay.
Now as I grew, cost X got like bigger. Now plus, but I have never allowed playing with that.
बट आपकी फील्ड में परफॉर्मेंस बोनस ज़्यादा डिपेंड करता है, राइट?
Right.
तो शुरू में परफॉर्मेंस वाली चीज़ ज़्यादा थी कि
नहीं
इट वॉज
थी.
फिक्स?
It was fixed.
ओके.
And moreover, this is geography oriented.
अच्छा.
Indian clients के साथ ना, you cannot play on performance too much.
ओके.
They are
It would
not-
be just too much for them.
Not too much, bro. They are just not comfortable.
ओके.
हर कोई अपने आप को यहाँ पर धंधे वाला समझता है. They just feel कि if we are going in for the percentage deal, we might be on the losing end.
ओके. और दे माइट थिंक कि इन हाउस ही कर सकते हैं इसको. दैट वुड बी मच मोर चीपर.
Exactly. So
With the same
percentage
talent.
gives multiple perspectives.
हाँ.
When you go into like in the foreign land, like US clients के साथ, इन सब के साथ, they are very open to do it.
Yeah, because they feel, okay, this person will only earn if I earn.
And moreover, I'll tell you a thing. There are smart people also. We have great clients abhi. So there are clients who also agree to this because they see that skin in the game of the agency also. कि हम भी तो इतना interest लगाएंगे. And the biggest thing is you will only increase the ad spend when you see profits now. So that is where clients understand also, and they are more than happy to go on a percentage performance based.
Okay.
Thing.
तो अभी आउटरीच सिस्टम कैसे चल रहा था शुरू में?
Initially it was the most manual thing that you can imagine. After office, मेरा 5-6 बजे ऑफिस खत्म होता था. I used to come back, have my coffee and sit down. Instagram पे जो emails मिल रही हैं उनको कलेक्ट कर रहा हूँ, फिर उनको आउटरीच करने के लिए कोई उस टाइम ईमेल टूल आई कुडंट अफोर्ड, धीरे धीरे करके ईमेल्स भेज रहा हूँ. एंड देन पोस्ट दैट जो कोल्ड कॉल आई ट्राइड डूइंग इंटरनेशनल नहीं चले, एंड ऑफिस में लंच ब्रेक में बैठ के कोल्ड कॉल कर रहा हूँ. आई हैड द गोल 40 to 50 bare minimum. Then started scaling up to 100 cold calls. तो ईमेल, कोल्ड कॉलिंग और लिंक्डइन started doing very good for me.
ओके. ईमेल, सो ईमेल मैनुअल चल रहा था अभी?
हाँ.
ओके. तो ऑटोमेट कब किया उसको?
I guess it has been 10 months now.
अच्छा. तो दिस इज द होल स्टोरी इज 22-23
तक है.
ठीक है.
नहीं 23 स्टार्ट तक है.
ठीक है.
23 स्टार्ट में आई गेस वी एंडेड अप.
तो मैनुअली पूरा करके कितने क्लाइंट्स मिल रहे थे?
आई मैनुअली करके आई रीच टू अ लेवल ऑफ 3-4 क्लाइंट्स.
ओके. एंड उसमें फिगर आउट हो गया था कि मैनुअली स्केलेबल नहीं है हर एक चीज.
स्केलेबल का प्रॉब्लम नहीं था. आई कुड जस्ट नॉट सी और माई टाइम वॉजंट जस्टिफाइड.
ओके. तो किसी को रख भी सकते थे आप तो?
हाँ. तो बट द थिंग इज दिस, आई हैड, सो सी देर आर 2 things. If there is a task in front of me, if that can be, I have to think from 2 perspectives. It can be either automated or delegated.
यस.
So I have 2 perspectives, 2 sides of that task to be checked. अगर वो automate हो सकता है, then I'll see what's the easiest, most affordable tool that can do that automation for me. If it's a like AI tool, whatever it is. And if it can be delegated, then I'll just pass down it to my manager. And she'll just start distributing it जिसको दे सकते हैं हम. Is it sales related? Is it like outreaching related? Cold calling? Whatever it is related,
ठीक है.
it'll just be distributed.
तो आफ्टर अ पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पूरा आउटरीच सिस्टम हाउ वाज दैट वर्किंग? सिर्फ ईमेल, सिर्फ लिंक्डइन, सिर्फ इंस्टाग्राम?
Never do that. I would never recommend even any agency owner to be. If you are going to keep your eggs in one basket, bro, you will just end up burning.
ओके.
और फिर बाद में ऐसा ड्रॉप डाउन आएगा गेम में.
तो देयर आर 2 ways टू अप्रोच दिस. वन इज कि आप हर एक लीड को हर एक जगह पे अप्रोच करो. ठीक है. हाँ, ओमनी चैनल इज ऑल्सो 2 ways इज वॉट आई बिलीव. वन इज कि आप सबको हर एक जगह पे रीच आउट करो. द सेकेंड इज कि लेट्स सपोज ईमेल को लेते हैं सबसे पहले. ठीक है. तो इसमें लेट्स सपोज 100 ईमेल्स भेजते हैं अपन. 90 का ओपन रेट है, 80 का ओपन रेट है अपना, ठीक है.
गुड.
20% जो बचा दे कैन बी रीडायरेक्टेड टू लिंक्डइन एंड उनको रीच आउट हुआ, ठीक है. वी आर नॉट मिसिंग आउट ऑन 20% जिन लोगों ने ओपन नहीं किया, राइट. फिर उसके बाद जो 80% है, अब इसमें से लेट्स सपोज वी हैव 10% रिप्लाई रेट, ठीक है. नाउ दो 70% कैन ऑल्सो बी ईदर लिंक्डइन पे अपन वापस बात कर सकते हैं, या फिर इनको फेसबुक एड्स दिखा सकते हैं बिकॉज दे ऑलरेडी हैव ओपनड आवर मेल,
हाँ,
राइट. या फिर दे आर फेमिलियर विथ लाइक कि ये बंदे ने मुझे अप्रोच किया है, राइट. तो लाइक वार्मिंग देम मोर, राइट. फिर उसके बाद जो 10% बचा, बेसिकली 10% में वुड बी अ लॉट ऑफ नोज, अ लॉट ऑफ yeses, राइट. एंड देन इवेंचुअली यू विल कन्वर्ट अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ इट, लाइक 1-2%, 1-2 क्लाइंट, राइट, जो एक्चुअली मीटिंग में आएंगे. तो बाकी यू, आई थिंक ओमनी चैनल शुड वर्क लाइक कि जिन लोगों ने नहीं खोला ईमेल, टू देम टू लिंक्डइन, ठीक है. जिन्होंने खोला देम टू फेसबुक, एंड जो बाकी पर्सनलाइज्ड हैं, गो मोर फॉलोअप्स फॉर देम ऑन ईमेल.
Okay. So there is a problem which I see in this way, which is of bifurcation.
ओके.
You need to bifurcate that audience ना, कि ये यहाँ पे नहीं देखा, इसको इधर भेजो, इसने नहीं देखा, इसको साथ ये करो. But what we do is we educate them in a very holistic manner.
अच्छा.
Our clients, जो हमारे client नहीं बने हैं. So our clients see our ads. Through ads you come to my this page where we get your email ID. We send you cold emails.
So your first approach is ads, फिर उसके बाद email
No.
you collect.
Again, so the thing is this, it is never a step now. So once you grow your thing now to a certain level, there are multiple cogs in your agency which are constantly running.
Okay.
Now it is not one aspect which is running. Now it is multiple triggers which are happening on multiple different levels. Matlab,
Okay.
now there is a team for separate cold calling. Now they are regularly cold calling.
To every prospect.
Every prospect.
Okay.
Again, it is India. You need to nurture the leads very heavily. And I make sure that no stone goes unturned. We do that.
So you email them, then you LinkedIn DM them.
हाँ.
मतलब connection
So
request.
that also matters कि leads कहाँ से pull in हो रही हैं उस डेटा में. वो भी हमारे लिए बहुत मैटर करता है. जो कोल्ड कॉल का डेटा होगा that would not be to a certain level मैचिंग जो एड्स में जा रहा है, या फिर जिनको कोल्ड ईमेल जा रहा है,
Okay.
वो बाद में जाएगा. सो वी हैव लाइक आई हैव प्रिपेयर्ड स्टेजेस अलग अलग. लेट्स से अ क्लाइंट कैन हैव 3 आंसर्स ऑन अ कोल्ड कॉल. आइदर आई एम इन फॉर द डेमो, आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड, टॉक टू मी लेटर.
Yes.
Not interested is of no use to me at the moment.
Yeah.
I will come back to you later down the line. That gets collected somewhere else. And someone who is interested but talk to me later gets directed into second funnel.
And what is it?
Cold emailing. वहाँ से तेरे को वहाँ से I would be shooting you cold emails. And if that also doesn't happen, या फिर at the parallelly हम उसको 2 funnel में डालते हैं, एक ads funnel में, एक इसमें cold email में.
कि अगर अपन उसको बाद भी बात करेंगे तो भी वो एड्स दिखता रहे.
So you would be as such be studying my emails. You would be seeing me talking on your reels. My goal is to let you know that how good we are. We can actually legitimately help you.
Okay.
And it is okay. Our minds are hardwired. So it takes time, kabhi to just unwind those wires and rearrange them in a manner that, okay, I should be giving them a chance. And that is good. What's the harm?
Okay.
And people have thanked us. You won't believe people have thanked us like anything. I have a client, she left, I guess, in October or November last year. And she came back in January.
Okay.
Again, after a break. She worked with us for a good 9 months. And then she left due to some personal her parents. And then she came back in January. I was like, okay, but you were supposed not to work for the kuch time ke liye. And she was like, I was planning to start, and then I saw your ad. I was like, okay, I need you only, guys. So that just gave me another layer of proof. I guess ad thi ya email thi? Email thi. She said ki I read one of your emails. That made me again be interested in you.
So this was a 5th, 6th follow-up email?
For that client,
हाँ.
we have a cycle of, I guess, 3 or 4 emails that we do.
अच्छा.
3 से 4 emails में, if a client gets converted, good.
And how do you script these emails? What is the framework that you follow?
Very standard. So, सबसे बड़ी चीज़ यहाँ पर people fail to understand, we don't need fancy stuff. Those old golden things are still working. You just need to apply it as per today, bro. Right? So, I have still been, until date, I use this AIDA method.
Okay.
The AIDA. Attention, interest, desire, action. That has been my go-to thing.
Okay.
मैं हर चीज़ अपनी AIDA के हिसाब से फ्रेम करता हूँ.
Explain more on this.
So basically, when you say when I say AIDA, the first line, or like we were discussing when we were talking about this email structure, when we said कि पहले para में we appreciate the client that how good their product is. I never do that.
Okay.
My goal is not to be of, I cannot false appreciate, I haven't ever used. So my goal is immediately to get your attention.
Okay.
And how can I get your attention? When I know which nerve of yours is paining.
Yeah.
So that is my exact start of the entry mail.
Okay.
I tap right into the problem. I know that you are having this problem.
Like let's suppose for coaches.
I know
think,
you are not able to sell your program.
Yeah.
I know December was a hard month for you. Now, this is something they are interested in. And even if they might have had a decent month, everyone would like to consider कि I can improve.
Yeah.
So I make it in a way that it is an open-ended war.
Okay.
कहीं जाएगा, कहाँ ही जा सकते हो आप इसमें.
चलो तो फर्स्ट पैरा में हो गया कि ऐसा कुछ
You
अपना.
grab attention.
Yeah. Then.
Okay? And now it is, you have their attention if they are reading the mail. The first thing talks about the attention part. You have captured that. Now you need to convert their attention into interest. That okay, I'm interested in what they are or what he is talking about. Now, how you do the interest part? Interest is where you get to talk about what all you can do, how and from what all forefronts you can serve them, and how well you can serve them. But make sure this is a very good, people have this tendency to go too long in this. बहुत explain कर देंगे, मैं ये कर सकता हूँ, वो कर सकता हूँ. It has to be the most crispiest thing you have ever seen or read.
Okay.
It shouldn't be beyond 2 to 3 lines.
ठीक है.
I just tell you that this is how I can work you and I can guarantee you better results. Now I have your interest. He's guaranteeing me results.
Yeah.
And now I convert that interest, I take that interest rather, and move towards making you more desired for my product or my service.
So you will give them the case study or something.
This is not, either you can give them the case study. So I have a very good opening thing and I tell to my agency Launchpad students, whenever you open the mail, try putting a result in the entry of the mail.
The entry of the mail.
That is also attention catcher. If the first line didn't catch the attention, this will. Right?
Okay.
And then you convert this into desire. Now, desire is something, how you get desire? Desire is a very basic thing. When I see something, I also desire that. So I'll show you what I have done for others. Or my very recent case study. This is what I have done and this is the number that I have generated by giving an input of this much with a return of this much. And last, this is the call to action. Now, if you are interested, here is a button. Feel free to go ahead and book a demo.
Okay. But if they, let's suppose, don't do any kind of action.
Okay.
How do you follow up with them?
So the thing is I have a structured way. I teach agency launchpads student. So in agency launchpad, we have a module specifically for cold emailing. And that covers everything. Talking about specifically ki how your email flows should be made. क्या email flows होने चाहिए. Now, first mail should be, again, as I told you, it should follow the standard procedure.
Yes.
Post that, I divide it into multiple categories. It could be now I tell them to prepare, I guess, 5 to 7 follow-ups ताकि हम capture कर पाएं. Majority आ जाए. So basically, it has to be 1 or 2 have to be case studies. 1 or 2 have to be interest evoking, where you are talking about how good your services are. And then lastly, one has to be obviously creating that urgency. And by the way, again, I am hoping that you understand every mail has its own CTA. Again, the same CTA to book a demo.
तो लेट्स सपोज मैं सेकेंड वाले में केस स्टडी आई प्लग, ओके, सो शुड आई जस्ट एक्सप्लेन दैट और गिव देम अ हाइपरलिंक?
Okay, good question. I would rather say this has worked wonderful for a few students. We have tested in Launchpad. We have tried attaching or hyperlinking case studies to Notion doc.
Okay.
We have tried hyperlinking this to Notion doc. Then we have tried explaining that on the email itself by preparing a long format email. And thirdly, we have given a Loom video link.
And what has worked?
Loom.
Loom has worked. So you redirect people to the Loom video where you explain the whole case study of the person.
Yes. And by the way, you also need to be very smart. Ki Loom video also has a CTA.
Okay.
ताकि if a person drops from Loom, and there are very low chances कि वो वापस email पे आने वाला है.
Right.
I need to capture you there also.
Right. What would be the second follow-up email?
Again, there are 2 back-to-back case studies.
तो you told me that बहुत अच्छे से explain करना चाहिए कि how great you are, right?
बहुत अच्छे से, as I told you, it has to be very crisp on point.
Crisp on point for the follow-up email.
हाँ, like every mail has to make sure that you are not lengthy. So I have a very, very logical explanation for not being lengthy. Let's say you are approaching me, okay, and I don't know you. Why would I even open the mail in the first place?
Yeah.
And let's say even if I end up opening, again, the same question, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Why would I be reading long mails from you?
Yeah. Right.
It has to be so short that I feel like if I press
I
back,
didn't wasted my time in terms of reading the whole thing.
and moreover, it should feel like हाँ, it is not that long. मैं पढ़ भी लूँगा, कुछ बहुत बड़ी चीज़ नहीं होने वाली.
एंड ये बहुत सारे लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता, बट कितना लेंथ बड़ी है, यू डोंट एक्चुअली रीड एंड अज्यूम दैट, राइट? ऊपर से देख के समझ में आ जाता है कि शुड आई बी रीडिंग दिस और नॉट. दैट्स जस्ट अ ग्लैंस कि बहुत बड़ा है, हटाओ, ठीक है. जैसे कंपनी ईमेल्स आते हैं, राइट, बहुत बड़े हैं, पढ़ते ही नहीं है अपन,
राइट.
उसकी फर्स्ट लाइन भी नहीं पढ़ेंगे अपन शायद.
Exactly.
ठीक है. छोटा है, खुद ही आके चली जाएंगी फर्स्ट लाइन पे, एंड फर्स्ट यू रीड दैट फर्स्ट लाइन, एज यू सेड, बहुत ज़्यादा हुक फ्रेंडली होनी चाहिए, तो इट विल गो विद दैट.
Exactly. And moreover, like जो I told you, the way of attaching image, that is very catchy. Because what is that showing? That is showing the exact result that sometime, like, or at some point in your life, you might be desiring as a client. Let me just start off on the right foot.
ओके, लेट्स सपोज कि मैं फैशन इंडस्ट्री में हूँ, ठीक है, एंड आई हैव अ केस स्टडी फॉर फैशन इंडस्ट्री, बट नाउ आई एम नॉट गेटिंग टू मच फैशन इंडस्ट्री क्लाइंट्स, तो मुझे नीश चेंज करनी है.
Okay.
बट केस स्टडी मेरे पास यही है, तो हाउ वुड आई आउटरीच फॉर दैट?
The best way to do is, now again, we help students at Launchpad to build remote agencies. Now, remote agencies come with a big, big perk that we get to hire contractors. We don't work with hiring people, actual hiring.
Okay.
हम सारे contractors, freelancers we work with. So now, obviously, if I am hiring a contractor or a freelancer, that is like but obvious, they would be in that state because of working in the past किसी ना किसी के साथ, लोगों के साथ. They would be having some some case studies, some results to show that this is what I have done and I can do it for you.
तो उसका you can
Exactly,
use.
you leverage that.
Okay, okay, got it. And how do you hire these people? How do I find those people?
The good way to do is, first of all, it depends. Number one question that I ask, what is the proficiency level that I'm looking at? What is the skill level I'm looking at? Is it a 10 out of 10? Is it for a very core role in my agency? If it is for a very core agency role, let's say someone for my client communication, very core important role.
No, let's first talk about the contractors who will be doing the basic on-ground work.
Exactly. So now, इस point पे, what kind of people do you think you would be needing? You would be needing people who should be having knowledge about Facebook ads,
Yeah.
and who should be having decent knowledge.
Yeah.
Now that leaves me कि I can hire above good people would work for me. Now the best way I have found is go on LinkedIn for these.
Okay.
So if you're looking at, okay, I'll tell you how I find. Basically, there are 2 categories. As I told you, proficiency level क्या है, skill level क्या है. If I'm looking out for a very skilled person, I would go to LinkedIn.
I think for the base level thing of running ads, you'll be looking for the most proficient one that you could find.
I would to yes.
Yeah.
Now,
in general way, I don't think people would be looking for a 6 out of 10 person
obviously,
for
exactly.
the groundwork.
Now, this is a very important role. That's why.
Yeah.
You would be looking out for a very good guy.
क्योंकि this is where the whole agency works for, right?
And so this makes it a very core important role.
Yeah. So how do you find them on LinkedIn?
LinkedIn is basic. Now what we do is
Huh.
we go out, let's say we are looking out for other agencies to tie up with. Now we have shifted to a different model. Up we have internal in-house everyone at this moment, but until very recently we had contractors, and these contractors were no one but agency owners directly.
Okay.
So we used to reach out to agencies who are into performance marketing, and we used to tell them that, see, we are looking out, we have some clients and we have a good base of clients, and if you would be interested in partnering up, let's have a chat. And like uske baad someone from the team would just schedule a quick demo, and we both would first see what they have to offer in terms of results for their past client. And so the good thing is ki even if you have not or that contractor or that agency might not have exactly worked in your niche, let's say fashion, but they still have that knack or they understand ads very nicely. You would want to give them a try.
And how do you negotiate with these people? Because you like to have a lot of profits, considering that you'll be allocating this work to someone else, right? The agency would like to have a bunch of profit for themselves so that whatever they allocate their project to, they even make the money.
So the thing is this, how it works is, so there are two things that we are very, very clear upon. Number one is, okay, let me place it this way. What is the standard rate जो भी चल रहा है market में? We give like 20-30% above that.
Okay.
Number one. This puts my agency's like team on a happiness meter on the top. Satisfaction level, very good.
But 25% you are paying more, right? To the white label agency, let's say. So you would be charging a lot more, right?
Like again, that lot more is a very relative thing. Now that lot would be lot more for you, and it would be nothing for someone else, right? That lot is a very relative thing. Now let's say, and that also depends on various kind of services. It is not that we have something fixed. We have a very, very flexible packaging. Like let's say if you're coming for just Google ads, we have a very specific packaging. If you're coming in for Google plus Meta, then your price would be increasing. If you're not taking any more services, this is the package. And that is how entire like costing is reverse engineered.
Okay.
कि ये अगर हुआ तो ये होगा, इसको इतना मिलेगा, हमें इतना मिलेगा.
Got it.
That is how it's go.
Okay. So now you hire individuals, right?
Now we hire full time.
Okay.
Now we hire full time. We at the moment have
So you went
26
from
people.
Having people on contract basis or having agencies on contract basis to now having full-time people.
Exactly.
Now how do you find those full-time people?
Okay. So in my case, I have never gone and gone out on these platforms and found LinkedIn pe jaake full-time people. Full-time is something which is very critical as a role for you because you have to pay them every month.
Yeah.
And
regardless of what the agency performs.
At the moment, we have very hectic payouts, like hefty payouts, which cross above a good manager's salary. Every employee in our team takes out. So that only would be coming at a cost of that we are trusting you. So with us, what we have done is in the last 1.5-2 years, जब से हम चलते आ रहे हैं, the oldest partners who have been with us, they got converted into full time.
Okay.
Because communication was fluent. We both understand our working nature. The best thing is you get converted to me.
Yeah, but you didn't hire any new sort of employees?
Multiple employees. We have communication managers from colleges, from good colleges. We have great
like
people.
Kind of placement thing?
Like we have gone for placements, but honestly, I never found good talent in placements.
Okay. Then how did you find one?
Word of mouth. So, okay, the thing is this. Now, I have built an agency which is again in a very specific niche.
Yeah.
And there are people who just study for fashion. Now, my college peers, my young, like the younger generation who is now studying in my college, who are graduating or who just graduated, they know for a fact that, okay, Aakash Bhalla was an alumni of VMCC. He runs in this agency. They start reaching out. Moreover, we have, you won't believe, we have team members who are at the moment 30-35 plus in age. Number
Okay.
one. Number two, who are even based in UAE. We have team who are permanent hires, like, and they are placed out in Dubai and they are working remotely full time.
Okay.
So very varied team that we are running.
So if you would have to hire today itself, right?
Yes.
What would be the most efficient way to do that?
The best way to do a hiring for full time role, na, I would always say this: kabhi bhi on the first call, never negotiate salary.
Okay.
Tell the person the bracket कि इसमें जाएगी. And then the best thing to do post, because the thing is this, आपने मान लो एनर्जी बर्न करी उसके साथ 1 घंटा बहस करने में कि इतना ही हो पाएगा, इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा. एंड प्रॉबली यू डोंट नो, लेट्स से यू हैव बार्गेन्ड और यू हैव सेटल्ड इन फॉर अ नंबर ऑफ 25,000 रुपी. And you get to know after a month of working, bro, this guy is not even worth 10,000 rupee. Now you have burnt your hands by promising him. You have made a contract. The best way to do is don't bargain, number one. Number two, give them immediately a 30 or 60-day probation period internship at your work.
Okay.
And make them test, or like rather test them out on multiple fields. Try doing this, try doing that, try doing this. So later down the line, what happens? You know that this guy or this girl is good in this. They can play, they can put on multiple hats for me if needed. And moreover, we live in a very, very dynamic nature, the kind of work that we are doing, right? So I need to make sure that I have people who can do multiple things. Now my advertisers are good at communication. My communication client manager, she is good at understanding about ads. So there is a very cross-pollinating relationship that I have developed. तो अगर ये नहीं होगा तो वो कर पाएगा handle. That is very important, right?
And also I wanted to ask, how do you manage your managers?
Okay, so this is where I used to earlier think all these उन्हें morning scrums जो करते हैं offices में, offices do scrums, that first 10:30 a.m. calls. I used to earlier feel that is bullshit to some extent, and till date I feel that. But अभी क्या होता है, everyone before they start their work, they just have to report back कि I'm doing this. If anyone's work feels unjustified, you would be just having a quick call कि क्या scene है, मतलब why are we having some problem, कुछ चल रहा है क्या? And if the day is late, then that's not a problem. And if we have, or if we know that this is a thing to be discussed around, we'll have a quick call. But the good thing is कि we don't spend times on call. I know for a fact हम remote जी रहे हैं. So I need to give them also their space. उनको भी जीना है. It is more about performance based for us also. Internally. खाली client के लिए नहीं है. It is about us also, how good we are. If you are performing well, we don't even talk. Like now we have great advertisers. I have my Google Ads, the guy. He is managing his own team of 4 people under him of 4 Google Ads. Now that guy, for the last 3 months, we haven't had a conversation so far.
Okay.
3 months. And we are doing still a return for every client on an average 13x.
Okay.
This is the number that we are generating. Again, we don't need to talk.
Okay.
It's all clear cut.
How do you make sure that your own person doesn't get your client anywhere else?
Good question. This is a very, very common thing that young people are afraid of in the agency space. So the thing is initially what I used to do, I used to sign an NDA. I got my lawyer to prep up a NDA form.
Okay.
Which was as per containing all the things that I wanted the freelancer or the contract-based person to follow. And it wasn't something out of their scope or it was something hard for them. It was just indicating again and again, saving my client. Because I knew this one thing from start. आज कई लोग ऐसे होते हैं, क्या करते हैं वो लोग कि भाई WhatsApp ग्रुप में ना मैं आपको नहीं डालूंगा, मैं आपको सब कुछ बता दूंगा, मैं आपको काम सारा बता दूंगा. Now that is you just being the dalal. What is the use? You have better things to do. That is where I understood no. Advertiser needs to understand their direct perspective of the client. I need to bring them in touch. I need to communicate both the parties together. Now what once I understood this ना, मुझे पता था this is not a factor जहाँ पे मैं पीछे मैं आ सकता हूँ, मुझे लाना तो पड़ेगा साथ में. The best thing is get an NDA. Over the period now, when more and more clients you keep on giving to the same guys, again based on the performance, there is a trust factor that gets developed. Now obviously you have your team. You have that trust factor, ये कर देंगे काम कि मैं सो भी सकता हूँ आज रात. Now that's the same thing that we have.
Got it.
And now it has just come to this point कि And moreover, we have found this client also, like if you nurture the client in a proper way, client ko demo pe we have conveyed the thing so good, client also doesn't want to go anywhere.
God.
We have had such situations in the past,
In terms of?
like people trying to steal away clients.
And how did you got to know about that?
Again, we have nurtured the clients in such a beautiful manner. Client ने खुद हमें text करके बोला.
Okay, so
This guy
one
just
of your
texted
employee.
me. हाँ, like this guy who is your advertiser. He just told me that why are you paying on it so high? It's better you pay us. But that's the again the relation, the bond that we have developed.
Also, I feel that clients think that it's better to work with the agency or someone poaching others.
Okay.
Yeah, like they feel this is an agency who's been working from last 3 to 4 years, right? They have everything in place, right? So this person might not be reliable once he is out of the agency. But they would always be reliable.
Obviously, this is where the difference of not only poaching the client, agency versus freelancers also aa jata hai.
Yeah.
So that is where I also could see very clearly. Why agencies do you think, when I say the word agency, the very first thought comes to your mind, it is a very professional space where people are very professional and I would be taken care of. And now when I say the term freelancer, it sounds that it is not professional for some reason.
Yeah,
it might be
does.
me. Do you agree with this?
Yeah.
So this is the problem I could see clearly जब मैं freelancing कर रहा था. And moreover, agency indicates that there is not only professionalism, expertise also walks on the table more.
Right.
So this is where I could feel that ki agency, yes, 100% I agree with you that agencies perform. Agencies have that always an upper hand. So obviously agencies will always be winning compared to freelancing. But again, it is not an war or something happening anywhere. It is just my belief that I have been seeing over the past 2-3 years.
And how do you maintain your quality checks? Like if your team is working properly or not and all of that?
So basically क्या होता है कि once you reach a certain stage ना, you know certain I would say key trigger points that should be performing well. अगर वो अच्छे से perform कर रहे हैं, I'm good to go.
Okay.
I don't need to get into nitty-gritties. And as and when you grow na, you need to manage more stuff from that 30,000 feet level. कि मुझे अब ऊपर से ही देखना पड़ेगा सारा. You cannot micromanage.
Yeah.
And that is not even a good thing.
In terms of micromanaging, whenever you hire a new person, right, you do have some sort of SOPs in place or you train them, right? In any case, as you told that there is a 30-60 days probation period, right? How do you identify, okay, this person is just not good enough, let's fire him?
The one factor, the only one factor that we are looking out, are you hungry to improve even if you're bad?
Right.
If you just have that. Now we had a very recent hire. That person was at 11 PM रात को भी that person was texting us out कि मैं ना अभी डेमो देख रहा था आपका, मेरे को ये चीज़ समझ नहीं आ रही थी, कैन यू प्लीज टेल मी अगेन. वी कुड सी दैट.
Hunger.
हाँ, this guy wants to improve. Exactly. Even if you don't know, bro, you are hired.
Also, what I normally suggest is whenever you take an interview, right, just tell them the max that they'll be doing, right? Ask them again and again and again, okay, this is the amount of work that you will be doing. Just if you have X number of work, just tell him that there'll be 2X of this work, right? If that person is still okay with that, now that would be someone who would be passionate enough to do that.
That would be one perspective, and obviously शायद उस point पे ये मेरे साथ personally हुआ है. I have hired such people. And moreover, what happened, you won't believe, अभी you have that fresh dopamine coming up on that interview call.
Yeah, right.
तुम मुझे वादे कर भी दोगे, तुम ये भी बोल दोगे कि आपके पास इसके अलावा भी काम होगा, मुझे भी वो दे देना.
Yeah.
But the problem is this, again, you don't know the real caliber. और वो तभी पता चलेगा when I put you to test. So that is the thing that I am aiming at. Earlier I used to do this only. But what I just told you, this way is a bit more refined and polished way, and this will help you have more peace of mind.
Right.
I'm hiring the right kind of people.
Right.
Look for hunger. Are you passionate enough? I just tell people very blatantly, I'll see you through this period of 30-60 days. If I see you passionate enough towards learning, And if I see you improved from version A, currently you are, and if I don't see a newer version of you, I won't be hiring you.
Got it. And how do you automate your whole agency? Like, let's go by first outreaching, right? Then let's say sales call, then sales pitch, sales tech, right? And then onboarding and then fulfilling.
So I have one thing to say. Again, I have said this multiple times on Launchpad community call. If a business can 100% be automated, it's not a business, unfortunately. Yes. If it is a real money making thing, it can never be automated. You always need to be there. To a certain degree, you need to be there.
Yeah.
That's why people, like, आज क्यों ये इतना ज़्यादा wrong approach है towards passive income? Because people believe passive income is something that I don't need to work for. It'll just come automatically. That is not the thing, bro.
Yeah.
You need to work for active income, which is generating passive income. Exactly, that happens in automation. Like agencies, certain aspects could be automated, but 100% of the entire agency, that can never be automated. Now, when it comes to outreaching, again, we have cold email के लिए marketing platforms पे flows लगा दो. Very simple. Cold calling के लिए you can have, again, that is
flows plus have person that replies and everything.
If that comes, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
अगर replies आते हैं, we have people to manage. Automation plus delegation is the goal.
Okay.
It is not 100% automation.
Yeah, obviously.
Right? Automate करो marketing emails के लिए.
Outreaching is done.
हाँ. And then you move to
Sales call.
Sales call.
Yeah.
Sales call के लिए, again, you need to delegate. That can't be automated. So you need to have, again, we have 3-4 callers doing the job every day, day in, day out.
Okay.
Once that gets transformed, it gets converted into sales deck, pitch, the presentation. We have a standard presentations, and that presentation, we train people on the same presentation, how we talk, we record demos, or we whatever we used to record, then we make them watch that you need to learn exactly, replicate us.
Got it.
You need to become the version or another Aakash who is talking on the call.
Got it. And that you obviously train a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
They go through a rigorous training.
And you create multiple SOPs for them, or you...
Very easy SOP.
Okay.
We have a very easy flow. Again, I don't want to make them feel overwhelmed.
Got it.
Right? So वही goal रहता है.
So that's a step-by-step process.
हाँ, very easy. We just have, our main goal is, again, performance based. हमें performance चाहिए आपसे. I just want to train you on the main core. And the second thing is, you should be available when you are needed.
Right.
Rest, I don't care. आप जियो अपनी life. You also have a life, I also have a life.
And so we are done with automating outreach.
Yeah.
Then sales call, and sales tech, and then fulfilling.
Again, fulfillment is a very, very, this is the only process which needs manual attending.
Yeah. Quality checks and all
बहुत
of that.
ज़्यादा. Rigorous quality checks. So this is where teams need to see कि किसके पास ये project जाना चाहिए.
Yeah.
और फिर उसके बाद, what is the history of that person? Has he managed such kind of a brand? Now let's say I get a streetwear label. Has someone managed the streetwear or managed streetwear labels before?
Yeah.
I have gotten a wedding wear. तो कौन manage कर सकता है वो distribution? फिर उसके बाद clients कैसे चिढ़ तो नहीं रहे? Are they happy? What are बार बार text तो नहीं कर रहा है? Because leaving text, that is also not a good sign. So even if you automate your entire agency, again, automate plus delegate, सारे steps automate कर सकते हो, सारी चीज़ों को हटा सकते हो, fulfillment पे आपको आना पड़ेगा. So that is what we come to.
Right. I think that's a great way to end.
Yes.
Right. Like automating most of it. Right.
Yes.
What are your final thoughts on everything in terms of someone just starting out?
I would say even if today I lose everything and I get the chance to start again from scratch, I would blindly go for starting a remote agency. Why? Because that is one of the aspect, or that is one of the business models that doesn't even require a single penny from your end as an input. It just requires your efforts to outreach.
Yeah.
And you don't pay any cost unless and until you get paid from the client, right?
Right.
So, and कौन सा business ऐसा है? I barely know any. Dropshipping ले लो, Amazon FBA ले लो, anything.
Right.
So, again, if it would be given a chance, I would again start my remote agency once again. So, if you are new in this space or anyone who is looking out to start, I would definitely say at least give it a shot and see if you can do something around it or anything close to it which doesn't burn cash. That is one lesson which I have learned. You don't have to always burn cash to start a business.
Right.
We are living in a very, very good generation.
Right.
Right. So yeah.
Great, man. Great.
Yes.
Let's finish this.
Yes. Okay. Chalo. Thank you.